The power of deep work. We're going to break down the key principles of deep work. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to transform your focus, skyrocket your productivity, and escape the endless cycle of distraction. In a world where notifications, emails, and social media are fighting for your attention every second, the ability to focus intensely on one thing is becoming a superpower. We're going to uncover why most people struggle to focus, how your brain is being hijacked by distractions, and, most importantly, how you can regain control. By the end, you'll have a practical system for building laser-sharp focus and unlocking the full power of deep work. Let's jump in. This is Sarah. Sarah is a freelancer working from home. She wakes up, makes coffee, sits down at her desk, and opens her laptop. She has a big project to complete today. She intends to work deeply. But here's what actually happens. Sarah gets started, but then she gets a Slack notification. She checks it. Then she quickly glances at her email. Then she remembers she needs to respond to a friend's message on WhatsApp. Before she knows it, she's scrolling through TikTok, and 40 minutes are gone. She tries to get back to work, but her brain is foggy. She can't focus. So she gives up, takes a break, and promises to try again later. This is the modern cycle of distraction, and it's destroying your ability to do meaningful work. The hidden cost of distraction. Here's the shocking truth. The average person checks their phone over 150 times a day. The constant interruptions mean you're never fully immersed in anything. Even worse, it takes 23 minutes to fully refocus after a distraction, which means if you get interrupted even 3 times an hour, you never enter deep work at all. This is why most people feel busy but never actually accomplish anything. The science of deep work. Deep work isn't just about avoiding distractions. It's about retraining your brain to focus at an elite level. Your brain has 2 modes: shallow mode, multitasking, checking emails, responding to notifications, endless context switching. Deep mode, a state of intense focus where you get lost in your work and produce your best results. The problem? Most people are stuck in shallow mode all day. They never train their focus. So, like a weak muscle, it atrophies. But the good news? Focus is a trainable skill. And in the next section, I'm going to show you exactly how to build it. How to enter deep work. Mode. Now that you understand the power of deep work, let's talk about how to actually do it. Because here's the truth. Most people try to force themselves to focus. But focus isn't about willpower. It's about designing your environment and habits so deep work happens automatically. Step 1. Eliminate distractions ruthlessly. The biggest reason people struggle to focus: they allow constant interruptions. If you leave your phone next to you, you will check it, even if you don't mean to. If you have Slack, email, and notifications on, your brain never gets a break. So, here's what you need to do. 1. Put your phone in another room. Not just face down, physically remove it from your workspace. 2. Use website blockers. Apps like Freedom or Cold Turkey can block distracting sites for hours at a time. 3. Batch your notifications. Instead of letting emails and messages constantly interrupt you, check them only twice a day, once at 12 p.m. and once at 4 p.m. The more distractions you remove, the easier deep work becomes. Step 2. Time block your deep work sessions. You can't just hope you'll have time for deep work. You have to schedule it. The world's top performers, from Elon Musk to Bill Gates, plan every hour of their day. Here's how to do it. Pick a time block for deep work. The best time, mornings, before distractions take over. Start with 90 minutes, completely uninterrupted. Use a countdown timer. Set a timer for 90 minutes, work intensely, then take a 15-minute break. Track your deep work hours. Each day, write down how many deep work hours you completed, how focused you were on a scale of 1 to 10. The simple act of tracking trains your brain to improve focus over time. Step 3. Train your focus. Like a muscle, most people can't focus for long because they never train it. Deep work is like weightlifting. If you haven't exercised in months, you can't lift heavy weights immediately. You have to build up your focus stamina. Here's how. Start small. If you can only focus for 30 minutes, that's fine. Do 30 minutes daily and build up from there. Use the Pomodoro technique. Work for 50 minutes, then rest for 10 minutes. Repeat 3 times, then take a longer break. Engage in boring activities. Instead of scrolling your phone when waiting in line, just wait. Instead of listening to music on walks, just walk. These small acts train your brain to tolerate boredom, which is the key to deep focus. Step 4. Develop a shutdown ritual. Most people never stop working mentally, even when they're done for the day. Their mind keeps racing with unfinished tasks, which destroys their ability to relax and recharge. The solution? A shutdown ritual. At the end of the day, follow this 3-step process. Review your work. Check what you completed and update your to-do list for tomorrow. Say a shutdown phrase. Something simple like, "Work is done for today." This signals to your brain that you're officially off duty. Avoid screens before bed. Bright screens at night trick your brain into thinking it's daytime, reducing sleep quality. Try reading a book, stretching, or journaling instead. A solid shutdown ritual protects your mental energy so you can start fresh the next day. The biggest deep work mistakes and how to fix them. By now, you know how to enter deep work mode. But even if you do everything right, there are common mistakes that can ruin your ability to focus. Let's go over the biggest ones so you can avoid them. Mistake number 1, thinking you need motivation. Most people say, "I'll focus once I feel motivated." That's a huge mistake. The truth is, motivation comes after action, not before. The best deep workers don't wait until they feel like it. They just start working. Fix it. Use the 2-minute rule. If you feel resistance, tell yourself, "I'll just work for 2 minutes." Once you start, momentum kicks in, and you'll keep going. Deep work is like jumping into a cold pool. If you wait until it feels right, you'll never do it. Just jump in. Mistake number 2, letting the small tasks interrupt deep work. Ever sat down for deep work, but then thought, "Oh, I just need to reply to this quick email," or "I'll just check one message real fast"? That's a trap. Each time you switch tasks, it takes 25 minutes for your brain to fully refocus. Deep work requires uninterrupted time. Fix it. I'll keep a distraction journal. If a random task pops into your head, write it down. Then deal with it later. Use the rule of 3. Before deep work, choose 3 key tasks to complete and nothing else. By blocking distractions, your deep work becomes 10 times more effective. Mistake number 3, multitasking, even in small ways. You probably think you don't multitask, but ask yourself, do you listen to podcasts while working? Do you have multiple tabs open just in case? Do you glance at your phone even for 1 second? Even small distractions cripple deep work. Multitasking isn't working faster, it's working dumber. Fix it. Single task everything. Work on one thing at a time, no switching. Try monk mode. Go into deep work with 0 distractions for 90 minutes. No music, no noise, just pure focus. Your brain is built for deep work, but only if you give it space to focus. Mistake number 4, not taking breaks the right way. You've probably heard that taking breaks is important, but most people take the wrong kind of break. They check their phone, scroll social media, watch videos. The problem? This keeps your brain in a constant state of stimulation. Instead of recharging, you just get more distracted. Fix it. Take real breaks. Go for a short walk, stretch, or stare out the window. Use productive meditation. Walk while thinking about a single problem without distractions. True rest isn't about more stimulation. It's about letting your mind breathe. Mistake number 5, not protecting your deep work time. Deep work only happens if you defend it. If you don't set boundaries, people will interrupt you all day. Co-workers, emails, meetings, everyone wants your attention. Fix it. Use a deep work sign, a physical indicator that shows people you're unavailable. Block time on your calendar. Treat deep work like a doctor's appointment, completely non-negotiable. Communicate your rules. Let others know. I do deep work from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Please don't interrupt me. The world won't protect your deep work for you. You have to do it yourself. Final thoughts on mistakes. Deep work isn't about being perfect. You will still get distracted. You will still have bad focus days, but the key is consistency. Each time you fall off track, just reset and refocus. Because in the end, deep work isn't just a productivity hack, it's a superpower. And the more you train it, the stronger it gets. The 4 deep work styles. Find your perfect focus mode. Deep work isn't one size fits all. What works for one person might not work for another. That's why Cal Newport identifies 4 deep work styles. Each one is designed for different lifestyles, schedules, and goals. Let's go through each one so you can find the best fit for you. Style number 1, the monastic approach. Total focus mode. This is the most extreme form of deep work. It means eliminating distractions completely for weeks, months, or even years. Examples. J.K. Rowling checked into a hotel for weeks to finish the final Harry Potter book. Carl Jung built a cabin in the woods to write and think deeply. Monastic workers don't mix deep work with shallow work. They go all in. Best for writers, researchers, or anyone who can cut out distractions completely. How to use it. If you can't go full monastic, try a deep work retreat. Block off a few days for pure focus. Eliminate all distractions for that period. No emails, no meetings, just deep work. Style number 2, the bimodal approach. Split your time. Bimodal deep workers split their time between deep work and normal life. Example. Carl Jung spent half his time in his deep work cabin, then returned to his practice in the city. You don't disappear forever, just for chunks of time. Best for professors, researchers, or creatives who need deep focus but still have responsibilities. How to use it. Block off entire days or weeks for deep work and protect them like gold. The rest of the time, handle emails, meetings, and social life. You get the best of both worlds. Serious deep work without disappearing completely. Style number 3, the rhythmic approach. Daily deep work blocks. Not everyone can vanish for days. That's where the rhythmic approach comes in. It's about setting a daily routine where deep work happens at the same time, every day. Example, Maya Angelou rented a hotel room every morning to write, then went home in the afternoon. This approach builds deep work into your routine so it becomes automatic. Best for professionals with busy schedules who still want deep focus. How to use it. Set fixed deep work hours, e.g. 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. every weekday. Treat it like a non-negotiable meeting. Never skip it. If you stick to this routine, deep work becomes as normal as brushing your teeth. Style number 4, the journalistic approach, deep work, anytime, anywhere. Some people can't have strict schedules. They have unpredictable jobs, meetings, or responsibilities. For them, the journalistic approach is best. It means jumping into deep work mode whenever you find free time, even if it's just 30 minutes. Example, Walter Isaacson wrote his books between meetings, flights, and calls. Journalists often write deep articles in between chaotic work schedules. Best for entrepreneurs, managers, parents, or anyone with a highly unpredictable schedule. How to use it. When you get a free hour, dive into deep work immediately. Train yourself to switch focus quickly so you can go deep anytime. It's the hardest method to master, but the most flexible. Which deep work style is right for you? Each style works for different people. Monastic. Go all in. Remove distractions entirely. Bimodal equals split time between deep work and normal work. Rhythmic equals create a daily deep work habit. Journalistic equals squeeze deep work into random free time. Find your best fit, then commit to it. Because the best deep workers aren't the ones who try to do everything. They're the ones who find their system and stick to it. How to build unbreakable deep work habits. So you've picked your deep work style. Now comes the hard part, sticking to it. Deep work isn't just about finding time, it's about training your brain to focus consistently. Here's how to build deep work habits that actually last. Rule number 1, make deep work automatic. Ever notice how you don't think twice about brushing your teeth or locking your door at night? That's because they're habits. Deep work should be the same way. If you make deep work a habit, you don't need motivation, you just do it. How to do it? Pick a fixed time and place for deep work every day. Start with small, consistent sessions, even just 30 minutes a day. Use triggers like lighting a candle or putting on noise-canceling headphones to signal your brain it's time to focus. Once deep work becomes a habit, it stops feeling like a struggle. Rule number 2, protect your focus. Like a fortress, distractions are the enemy of deep work, but most people let them in way too easily. You wouldn't let random people walk into your house, so why let distractions invade your mind? How to do it? Turn off notifications, no exceptions. Use website blockers like Freedom or Cold Turkey to kill distractions. Put your phone in another room. Studies show even having it nearby reduces focus. Make your deep work environment distraction-proof. Rule number 3, use the shutdown ritual. Stop thinking about work at night. Ever lie awake at night, stressing about unfinished tasks? That's because your brain hasn't shut down properly. The solution? A shutdown ritual. This is a simple process to close out the workday so your brain can fully relax. How to do it? Review your tasks. Make a to-do list for tomorrow. Say out loud, shutdown complete. Yes, seriously. Step away from work and don't check emails after. When you tell your brain work is officially done, it stops obsessing over it. Rule number 4, train your brain for deep focus. Most people can't focus deeply because they've never trained for it. Your brain is like a muscle. If you don't exercise it, it stays weak. The good news, you can train it to focus longer and harder. How to do it. Start with short, deep work sessions, 30 minutes, then slowly increase. Use the Pomodoro technique. Work deeply for 25 to 50 minutes, then take a short break. Try attention training. Meditate, do puzzles, or read long books to strengthen focus. Over time, your ability to concentrate will skyrocket. Rule number 5, track your deep work hours. What gets measured gets improved. If you want to do more deep work, start tracking it. How to do it. Use a notebook or an app to log your deep work hours. Set a weekly deep work goal, e.g., 10 hours. Make it a game. Try to beat your previous week's total. Seeing your progress keeps you motivated and makes deep work a priority. Summary: the deep work habit formula. To build an unbreakable deep work habit, make deep work automatic, set a time, place, and triggers, eliminate distractions, create a fortress of focus, use a shutdown ritual so your brain actually rests. Train your focus muscle, gradually increase deep work time. Track your hours, because what you measure, you improve. Once deep work becomes a habit, it stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like a superpower. Overcoming deep work obstacles. Even with the best habits, deep work isn't always easy. You'll hit roadblocks, distractions, exhaustion, and days where focus feels impossible. So, how do you stay consistent when life gets in the way? Here's how to overcome the biggest deep work obstacles. Obstacle number 1, I don't have enough time. You're busy. Your schedule is packed. You barely have time to breathe, let alone focus for hours. But here's the truth. Deep work isn't about having time, it's about making time. Solution: audit your day. Find wasted time, mindless scrolling, pointless meetings, Netflix binges. Schedule deep work first. Treat it like an unbreakable appointment. Use the time blocking method. Plan your day in advance. Deep work has a dedicated slot. Even 30 minutes of deep work is better than 0. Obstacle number 2, I keep getting distracted. 1 second, you're focused. The next, you're checking Instagram, answering texts, or watching cat videos. Distractions are everywhere, but they only win if you let them. Solution: use website blockers like Freedom or Cold Turkey. Put your phone in another room while working. Create a distraction list. Whenever a random thought pops up, write it down instead of acting on it. Train yourself to resist the urge to check notifications, and your focus will get stronger. Obstacle number 3, I feel mentally exhausted. Deep work is mentally demanding. Some days your brain just feels fried, but most people aren't actually burned out. They're just not recharging properly. Solution: take real breaks. No social media, go for a walk, stretch, or meditate. Prioritize sleep. Lack of sleep kills focus. Aim for 7 to 9 hours. Work in cycles. Use the Pomodoro technique, 50 minutes work, 10 minutes break, to stay fresh. Energy management matters as much as time management. Obstacle number 4, I can't get into flow. You sit down to work, but your brain won't lock in. You feel stuck, distracted, or uninspired. That's because deep work requires a warm-up. Solution: start with a focus ritual. Light a candle, play instrumental music, or do deep breathing. Do a 5-minute brain dump. Write down everything on your mind before starting. Use the 5-minute rule. Tell yourself you'll work for just 5 minutes. Momentum will take over. Once you break through the initial resistance, deep work becomes effortless. Obstacle number 5, I struggle to stay consistent. Some weeks you're in the zone, others, deep work feels impossible. The key to consistency: tracking progress and rewarding yourself. Solution: Use a deep work tracker, log your focused hours daily. Set weekly goals, aim for a specific number of deep work hours. Celebrate milestones. Treat yourself when you hit a new personal best. Seeing your progress keeps you motivated to keep going. Summary: how to stay on track. Deep work isn't always easy, but sticking with it separates the great from the average. To stay consistent, make time. Don't find time. Schedule deep work first. Block distractions. Use tools, rituals, and self-discipline. Manage your energy. Sleep, rest, and take real breaks. Ease into focus. Use warm-ups and rituals. Track your progress. Set goals and reward yourself. When you push through obstacles, deep work becomes second nature. Sustaining deep work for a lifetime. Deep work isn't just a strategy, it's a way of life. But staying focused in a world full of distractions isn't easy. Here's how to sustain deep work for the long haul and keep reaping its rewards. Step 1. Embrace boredom and avoid constant stimulation. Most people struggle with deep work because they're addicted to distractions. Whenever they feel bored, they instantly reach for their phone. To train your brain for deep work, you must embrace boredom. Strategies: take breaks without your phone. Give your mind space to wander. Delay gratification. If you feel the urge to check social media, wait 10 minutes. Practice deep work sprints. Start with 30 minutes of uninterrupted focus and build up. The more you resist distractions, the stronger your focus muscle becomes. Step 2. Protect your attention. Like an asset, your attention is your most valuable resource, yet most people give it away freely to notifications, emails, and endless scrolling. If you want to sustain deep work, you must defend your focus. How? Turn off notifications. No pings, no distractions. Use website blockers. Apps like Freedom or Cold Turkey keep distractions out. Schedule deep work in advance. Block time in your calendar for focus sessions. Guard your attention, and deep work will become effortless. Step 3. Rest deeply to work deeply. Burnout kills deep work. To sustain focus, you need deep rest. Optimize your recovery. Prioritize sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours per night. Take true breaks. Step away from screens and get real downtime. Exercise and move. Physical activity boosts brain power and creativity. Deep work thrives when your mind and body are recharged. Step 4. Build a deep work identity. If you see deep work as just a tool, you'll drop it when life gets busy. Instead, make it part of your identity. Tell yourself, I am someone who focuses deeply. I create valuable work without distractions. I control my time and attention. When deep work becomes who you are, it's no longer a struggle. It's just what you do. Step 5. Keep refining your system. Deep work is a skill you continuously improve. Every few months, ask yourself, what's working? What's distracting me? How can I deepen my focus even more? Tweak your schedule, experiment with new techniques, and keep evolving. Deep work isn't static. It's a lifelong craft. Final thought. The deep work advantage in a world of distraction. Deep work is your superpower. It's how you master valuable skills, create outstanding work, unlock career-defining opportunities. Most people stay stuck in shallow work, but you now have the blueprint for focused success. The question is, will you use it? The choice is yours.